More flights in the next few years may be delayed or canceled because of a possible shortage. We're not talking about pilots or airplanes, but air traffic controllers. The FAA needs to hire more than 6,000 controllers over the next 5 years to keep pace with those approaching mandatory retirement.
It's a need that has become even more pressing after nearly a year-long hiring freeze ended earlier this year. When the freeze was over, some Purdue students have felt frozen out of their dream job, thanks to a new process for hiring. Another flight takes off from the Purdue airport. While a pilot is at the controls, everything they do is directed by the eyes and voice of the tower nearby. There are slightly more than 15,000 air traffic controllers in all of the U.S. Joining their ranks is a goal for about 30 Purdue graduates every year. There's no guarantee, but getting good grades and doing well on a difficult aptitude test usually equals a job offer from the FAA within 2 years for someone like Pete.
I knew I was going to have to fight for it. I knew I was going to have to apply for it, just like anybody else.
But Pete, a 2012 graduate, has not gotten that chance. He's sharing his story as long as we don't share his real name. When the federal government ended a hiring freeze this year, they added a new step, a biographical assessment. While Pete scored a 96 out of 100 on his aptitude test after graduating, he didn't pass the new assessment.
A year and a half ago, I was told that I was well qualified and on my way to being hired. And then, recently I was told I'm not even eligible to apply.
And Pete's not alone. Of 28,000 applicants, only about 2,200 passed the biographical assessment, less than 8%. Some questions seem a bit random. How many sports one played in high school? What age an applicant first earned money at a job?
I don't think you can determine who can be a great air traffic controller based on when you first started working.
The assessment was created as part of an effort to make a more diverse workforce after an FAA study last year found that several parts of the hiring process discriminated against various groups. According to the FAA, this chart shows that the current workforce is more than large enough to handle the present-day levels of air traffic, which has fallen since the year 2000. However, a currently employed air traffic controller doesn't believe it.
We do not have enough people in the pipeline right now to fill the void that's going to take place in the next 5 years. The controller workforce is going to be overloaded and overworked, and they just don't have enough people.
And a current air traffic controller we're going to call Tom says the staffing at his airport has gone down from 52 to 38 in 3 years. And he's not had a new trainee at the facility in 2.5 years.
Do the math. I mean, they can say whatever they want to say, and they can make the numbers look the way they want them to look, but the bottom line is, we're on the front lines. We see it. We know what's happening.
So does the hiring policy changes mean that the skies will be less safe to fly in the future? In part 2 on News 18 at 6 tomorrow, we'll tell you what the experts believe could be the result, as well as what the FAA response was when we asked about their hiring changes.